Well, he made it back from Guinness Land. Hello, Marky.
He's back. He's back.
Well, I seem to remember you travelled with some facial hair. Did that fall off on the ferry?
Fell off tonight when I got home after my birthday dinner last night. I got back tonight and I was like,
1 year older, the chin went bald instead.
Need to get a haircut as well. I want to try and get my hair cut very early Saturday morning. I might do it tomorrow after work, just so it's done before.
Make it look good for the com day. That's what I've done today.
Yeah. We're all on the same page, aren't we, Ian?
Yeah, mine is going, or at least being reduced in a couple of days.
I would like a hair reduction, please.
Yeah. I'd love it one day if all three of us, like, we all, like, paranoid about our hair, and we all turn up with, like, Just for Men in our hair, and it's all, like, jet black. We all turn up with jet black hair, like, all right.
Boss, that's manscaping.
No, we haven't got that sponsorship.
We've got to look good for the weekend.
We do. We've got some royal people that we need to look good for, haven't we, Ian?
If people are travelling overseas to see us, we need to look good for them. It's going to be good to see you our side, Paul, at the weekend.
Rock up, or we will have seen him.
Oh, we will have seen you yesterday.
Don't forget Space-Time Continuum or Release a Podcast.
We will have seen you bar side.
Pinch punch first of the month, boys. No returns.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No returns. No surrender. No returns.
no surrender.
Oh, dear goodness gracious. Oh, I've got your links, Milo. Thank you for that. Lovely.
My phalanx.
Yeah, I've got your phalanx, mate.
You've got to bring that joke back. How long has it been?
Too long.
Too long.
Do you know what? Like, when I was listening to the episode last week, it was so funny because every time I heard you, like a slip of the word, I was saying the same, and then you said it after. Was it when you said badger, wasn't it, or something?
Badger, yeah.
Badger, and I went badger, and then there's like 2 seconds. And Milo goes badger. I went.
Just how the thing sounded on the record. Why are we talking about badgers?
And Ian's like, come on now.
We were talking about badgers. Not badgers.
Badgers, that was it. Badgers.
That's the early days of YouTube. We had the badger song. Badger, 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 mushroom.
Oh dear.
Me and Ian are a bit like Milo earlier when we talked about Oasis, Blur and Pulp.
Oh, okay. It's nice to be on the other side.
Yeah, it's like Milo and Baby Shark, isn't it?
Now you're the one who's familiar with that.
We're talking,
Baby Milo.
We're talking Blur, Pulp, and Oasis. Milo's talking Baby Shark.
Pulp is something you get when you mix a lot of paper and water together, and an Oasis is something in the desert to me.
Or the leisure centre in Swindon, which is what they're named after.
Okay.
A little fun fact for you.
All right, Oasis going to play there.
They played there. That's why.
Will they play there? Yeah. Is that what they call Oasis?
No, stadiums.
The Oasis doesn't exist anymore, Milo.
But Whitfield, they are coming to Wembley next year.
I will avoid.
They are coming to Whitby. Wembley.
Whitby in Yorkshire.
Tonight on episode 186, I have literally crossed paths and waved goodbye to Nexton. I've left him behind on the Emerald Isle, but I am back to rightfully claim the third spot on tonight's show. Whilst I was away, I've learned that Wiltshire has got an exclusive Pokemon coming to the game called Stonehenge. The United Kingdom is going to have a world exclusive, regional exclusive Pokemon called Stonjourner. That's better. But the boys I'm with are going to help us discover this when the new season drops, because I am joined by the staple part of the show, the ones that don't leave for a week of holidaying. I have got my boys Ian Vassafali and Waterfall and Mr. 7 Pokestop himself, Pogo Milo UK. Is it still 7, Milo? I know it's been a week I've been away. Is it still 7? Still 7?
Yeah, I don't dabble in Wayfarer, so yeah, still 7.
Still 7. Boys, it's good to be back. It's 186. How are we doing? Are we looking forward to this one?
It's lovely to have you back on the, I was going to say correct, but let's just go with east side of the water.
I wouldn't please go with that.
I did as well.
Welcome back. It's lovely to have you returning, and he's at the helm, Captain Puckwash.
Captain Puckwash.
It is. It's good to have you back. 1st of September, and new season drops in like 2 days.
Oh, yes.
It's mental. We're getting something exclusive, isn't it, now? We are literally going to be that country that has a regional...
I expect that to play when you catch it in.
Oh, it will.
just have that soundbite in the background. But when he said Wiltshire has an exclusive, like they locked it into the county. What's going on? And it's Stonehenge, man. It sounds like a really terrible.
With a radius of 20 miles. No, it's not.
No,
it's going to be UK.
You can only catch this if you're a druid on the summer solstice inside Stonehenge.
Niantic have done a clever little play with I don't know what tourist board it is or what company it is that looks after Stonehenge now. So
English Heritage.
English Heritage, where you can only collect it if you pay your entrance fee and get up to the stones.
You can only get this regional if you're a member of English Heritage. Can you imagine?
You've got to pay your membership, go to Stonehenge, and also go to the Royal Oak, then up to the Farmer's Dock.
Yeah, like that, Ian. That's
a lot of hoops to jump through.
We're getting it, and that was exciting. We thought it was coming. And it's going to be coming. As you listen to this show, a couple of days away.
Very, very exciting. But how are you, Marky? Now you're back in England land.
Yes. Did you actually figure out that it was a ferry that you were on?
I did. I was like, is it a ferry? Is it a boat? I don't know what it is. No, it's definitely a ferry. Yeah. One thing I've learned, boys, from my time in Ireland is it's not very sunny in the summer time over there. They're having a horrifically wet and miserable summertime. But,
losers.
It's not good. Everyone we set a boat to was like, looks like rain. Like, brilliant.
I think they must have a very Scottish attitude to that weather.
They must have. But it was a fantastic time on the road, travelling around loads of different places we hadn't been to before. And I know they won't be listening to the show because they're far too young to be listening to this, but I'm going to give my nieces a shout out, Amelia and Gabby. Lovely to see them, but I haven't seen them for like nearly 5 years. So they're at that age where they're sort of 12.
That's a long time.
Yeah, 11, 12 now. And I met Mishka, who's 4 for the first time, our third niece. So lovely to have some quality family time with them. It brings it all home, I think, a little bit, actually, when you have that nice time. But good to be back. Listen to last week's show. I think Nexton did a fantastic job trying to control you boys.
Nice.
I didn't know. I can't believe he was in Ireland as I was over there and left him.
Yeah,
he was in Cork. I think you pretty much passed him.
Damn.
Nice.
But hey.
Oh my God.
That's a new one.
That's not.
That one really comes from the back of the throat, that sound effect.
Thank you to our amazing listeners that are hopefully still listening to 186 at the moment. And I hope my return hasn't scared you back off. Let's start this show. So we like to ask people to drop their incenses at the beginning of the show.
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
And the reason we ask people to do that, if you are a first-time listener, is basically, hey, why not pop an incense, play your game, put us in your ears, use a bit of raw time if we're running over an hour, which we usually do now. Use your daily incense to top it if you really want to. Yeah. The game's evolved, as we say, around our performance value. Hey, that's a pop that incense and play the game with us, keeping you company. We'll obviously be with the goat, and we'll also be sending you all those shiny
goat.
Hashtag goat. That is GOAT. And
goat.
Hashtag 80 GOAT. Oh, Ian, I feel like I
Could
need
you
to
clarify the spelling?
Yeah, I do, don't I? It's at goat. GOAT. But yes, anyone has that amazing look whilst listening to show with those shinies, preferably. We are starting to attract loads of other things whilst using our world famous hashtag shinies of the week.
Clarify the spelling, please.
Oh, sure can, Chris and Kyle. That is SHINIE. Oh God, I nearly mistaken.
I think
How long were you
Irish
away?
then. Or maybe West Country.
Oh, goodness. That's SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. Please use that across our social media platforms, X, Threads, Instagram, Discord, Campfire, and all the good stuff. And if we see anything we like, we might just include that. But Ian, there's another way they can contact us, isn't there, my man?
There is, and that is by WhatsApp voice message. To do that, you just need to store this number into your phone, record and send us a quick voice message so we can hear your dulcet tones on the show. And that number is +44 759 269 5696.
We would like to say that having a dulcet tone isn't a necessity.
It's not. But by doing a WhatsApp message, it's free of charge as long as you've got data on your phone.
Or Wi-Fi.
Or
go
Wi-Fi.
to Starbucks or McDonald's.
Starbucks.
Go there.
get some whiffy in your life. That might work. But that's all the good stuff at the beginning, the formalities, the introductions. We are now jumping into the show. And I think, I'm only saying we should do this early in the show because, bless her, I think Kit has been kept in the trapdoor. You left her in there for a week, boys. We need to let her out.
Nexton sat on the door, I'm afraid.
It's all Nexton, isn't it? Kitty.
Surprise, surprise.
Again.
Same time, same place.
Yeah.
The champion, the true champion.
The
Trapinch. I love this. This is brilliant. But welcome back, Kitty. How you doing? You doing well?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. You guys?
We're good. We're going to see if we can finally find a game that you can't win. Let's see.
Well, we will give it a go. So I think it's only fair we play a different game this time around. I don't want to say I created it, but I certainly thought I had the idea and we moulded it into a game. But we're going to play a round of Shiny Happy Pokemon. We are going to play a game, Kitty, which unfortunately for you isn't going to have any Gen 9 Pokemon in it because we're not in my Shiny Pokedex in the game, and I'm not going to go on Google and try and Google some Gen 9. It depends how many rounds we go into this one. We're going to play Shiny Happy Pokemon. We haven't played it for a little while, but the rules for our listeners are quite simple. I'm going to name a Pokemon. I'm going to name a part of a Pokemon. I just want to know what colour the shiny variant of that said part on that Pokemon is. Now, we will gradually get tougher as the rounds move on. It is simply a case of last person standing is the winner. We will do it in rounds. And if for any reason everybody goes out in that round, you've all got an extra life.
Yay.
And we can go again.
We need extra lives. We definitely need extra lives.
And I always try and start this off nice and easy, but we're going to go Milo, Ian and Kitty. Milo.
Yes.
I want to know, Milo, what colour is the fluffy body part of Shiny Mareep?
Fleecy boy himself. It's a lovely, lovely cotton candy kind of pink.
I'll take that. It's pink.
As we say in England, it's candy floss.
Cotton candy.
Like pink, magenta fusion.
A fusion, like that, Milo. Cuisine fusion with a sheep. Very good. Right, Ian.
Yes, Mark.
This is probably one of your least favourite Pokemon, but I want to know what colour is the main face and body part of Shiny Morel?
Oh, you green.
That is correct, Ian.
Does anybody actually like that baby after getting 20,000 of them?
Probably not.
No.
So, Kitty, your one, and hopefully this will be a nice one to get you into the game. What colour is the body part or the main part of Shiny Unoan?
Blue.
That is correct. Fabulous. So, Milo, I'm going to start with a Pokemon.
That's good.
For you.
Not a Digimon.
Oh, imagine that. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
This Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Right. So, Milo, I would like to know, Hitmonchan, I would love to know what colour are the boxing gloves on Hitmonchan, Milo?
I think from memory they're a blue.
You're correct.
Vasa was certain on that.
Vasa's quick on the trigger. And
You went to my question next, and it's probably not going to happen this time.
Trigger happy Vasa.
Oh, dear. So, Ian, I would like to know, what colour is the shell on Shiny Shelder?
Orange.
Correct, Ian.
Orange. I'd have hit the button for you.
Thank you.
Kitty, this Gen 12 Pokemon which hasn't been released yet, it's a concept design. I would love to know what colour is the main body part of Shiny Skiploom?
Pink.
That is correct. So everybody has made it through to the third round.
And this is where stuff gets real.
Right.
What colour is the eyeball
Of Silcoon, Milo.
Oh my god.
Oh, how did I know go eyeball?
I remember Cascoon was from however long ago.
I think you got Cascoon as well, didn't you?
I think I got Cascoon wrong.
He did, because he said the only one I know is Silcoon, is what he said last time. So
I can't remember what I said. It's really annoying. Which one is it? It's going to drive me mad now. Are the eyes? It's the eyes, yeah?
It's the eyes.
Are they blue?
They are blue, Milo. Yes.
Thank God.
They are the opposite of Cascoon, which stay red.
I said they stay red. I was like, oh no, which one is it?
But Silk can go from red to blue. The opposite of Arrow.
That was not
believe it or
easy, Whitfield. Well done.
It's a Silcoon. Oh no, I've had that before.
Ian, we now understand what he does during the working week, don't we, mate? It's paid off there in dividends, hasn't it? With his eyes on them.
Just scrolling through his shinies.
Listening back to podcast episodes.
Well done, Milo. So, Ian.
Hit me.
Oh, Ian.
With what?
I'd like to know, Ian, what colour is the crystal on the front of Sableye, on shiny Sableye? A little crystal on its chest.
Oh, is it like a burgundy?
It's a green, Ian.
Ah.
It's a green.
Vasa has fallen.
And because Milo... what was that? Because Milo has got it right, Ian, we have to say goodbye to you on the third hurdle. Kitty, over to you. As you look at this Pokemon, it'll be its left hand.
Okay.
When you look at it, it will be its right hand.
That's right, it's left.
But no, on the Pokemon's left hand, what colour is the shiny rose on Roselia?
Roselia.
That's difficult.
Black.
It's black. Well done,
Oh
Kitty.
my goodness
That's good because
me.
I don't know my left from my right, so it was just a guess at which one it was.
Also, it's definitely a Mexican standoff now.
That's crazy.
Definitely.
Mark's going to have to pick this Pokemon's left toenail.
I thought you were going to say something else then, Milo. Right.
Is Togedemaru going to pop up?
Milo,
Okay.
I'd like to know what colour are the eyes on shiny Solrock?
That's tough.
Oh, Lunatone would know, but Solrock, wow.
And it has got eyes, believe it or not.
Yeah, sort of like rainbow-shaped things, aren't they?
Yeah, that's probably the correct way to describe them.
I
Yeah.
think from memory, they don't really change colour. I think they stay yellow.
Milo, they're the eyelids that are yellow. The eye goes from red to blue.
Does it really?
Same as Luna.
Oh.
I'd have never looked at that.
No,
That's
I haven't got that
crazy.
one.
And that's why we educate people with our fun games. You now know that.
Oh my god! I've just looked at they're like the tiniest pupils.
Right, Kitty. And this is going to be
I dread
an
doing
interesting one. Kitty, I would love to know what colour are the eyes on shiny Metang? Was it Metang? Metang.
Tang.
Okay. I think I want to say that they're blue.
They're red.
Oh.
Ian,
That's
we've resuscitated the Mexican standoff.
The Mexican standoff lives.
Play the sting again.
Milo,
Yes, Marky.
how you doing, mate? You all right?
Struggling here.
Struggling, are you? Well, this is going to probably
Not help.
make you not help. So one of the cutest Pokemon in the game is Pachirisu. I think we can all agree on that one.
Agreed, yeah.
Ian kindly gave one of those actually in Dortmund. Thank you, Ian. Gave you a
It wasn't the shiny one in Dortmund.
no.
Do you know what I got in
This-
return?
What was it?
I think
Ian?
we've heard this
Shiny
story.
slack off, yes. Yeah,
You got shiny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well
you got
done, Marky.
shiny.
Good-
You won out of that, Ian. Well
good
done.
trade.
But anyway, we all know that Patrick's just got a lovely pink colour on it, the shiny one. That's a beautiful colour,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah. But I want to know, Milo, it actually has another part of its body which has a different colour on it.
Oh,
And
no.
it has some little cheek circles on it. Little circles on its cheeks, just like that. Now, I would love to know from you, Milo, what colour are those shiny cheeks on Pachirisu?
Oh, this is really bad. I don't have this shiny, so I don't know what it looks like.
Oh, Ian has it.
And I haven't watched Ian's video most recently, so I don't know what it is. Oh no.
February, mate. Go back to February.
It's all right. I'll see you next weekend.
You will, yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to picture the normal one.
It looks the same, just different
yeah.
colour.
It's like, does it give any hints at all? I'm going to throw yellow out there.
Milo,
Oh.
the non-shiny form is yellow. Well
Okay.
done, but its shiny form's more like a peachy colour.
How's it? Okay.
Changes to a peach, so Ian's right. It's a wrong for you, unfortunately, mate.
Is that Ian quickly looking at
I was
it?
literally me quick looking at my game.
Hello, Kitty. How you doing? Right.
Getting more stressed by the second.
Oh, that's what this game does to you. It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Yes.
So we're going to pick another regional Pokemon for round 5 because I think that's only fitting. It's Chatot. Now, fortunately, both its left and right hand ones are the same colour, so you'd have to worry about left and right. But I would love to know what colour are the wings and shiny Chatot.
So I have had this as my buddy fairly recently,
Oh!
and I think they're like Pinky red colour.
I'm giving you that. They are. They are.
True.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes. 5 rounds of the finest shows. Kitty.
Yes.
That's a hat trick.
That is 3 in a row.
Which, if anything, proves that us 3 boys were useless.
Yes, it really does.
Or that I just spent too much time looking at the Go Hub database.
Well, does that as well?
This is true. If anybody who's going to know their shinies potentially and their Pokemon,
Yeah.
it would be yourself.
Brilliant.
Big congrats. 3rd win in a row.
Yeah.
I think for next week, we're going to have to bring on some competition.
Yeah.
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
We won't be saying goodbye to you just yet. We'll be seeing you again next week, but we're going to bring a few more people in and
A few.
cook up another game.
Ooh.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
But once again, Kitty, thank you so much for jumping on for a 3rd week.
And
Yeah,
giving us a run
thank you
for
for
our
having
money.
me.
Yeah.
I appreciate you and congrats once again.
Thank you.
A staple part of this month's shows. I love it.
Yeah.
I think Kitty was very patient there, boys, wasn't she? I mean,
Yeah, we can't leave her down there more than another week, surely.
Well, the patience paid off.
It is. She
Yeah.
wants us
Won
again.
again.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, well, this would be the thing. Now, will she come back, or is this her way of getting us back? By not, who knows?
Yeah. Done 3 weeks. That's it. I'm done now.
Well, we'll see next week. But Milo, come on, Eyes of Soul Rock. What's that about? I thought
Well-
I was trying to give it to you, man.
Steady on there, sir. I know you've been away for a week, but hey, no, it's just Soul Rock's eyes. They're very small. They're not something I've actually noticed before. So yes,
It isn't the size.
I will take the
Whitfield.
L. I will blame
Yes,
the
you
tools,
will.
not the man, on this circumstance.
Ian, what are we going to call Milo? A
Cretin.
loser.
Well, actually, we all
Yeah.
lost.
Bit
I
harsh,
lost as
Milo.
well.
Ian,
I think I was at first.
I'm the first of the losers. Is that it?
The FOMO monkey loser.
I tried to, boys, but hey, 4th week coming up, Kitty. Well done indeed.
Nice. Be smug.
Well, that's big news, isn't it? That Kitty's won 3 in a row. But I think
Not really.
I think we've got something bigger, haven't we, boys? I think we need to talk about.
We can't talk about it on the show.
No, we're G-rated now.
Well, anyway, it's a good job this is part of the game. So we are going to start big because, yes, we've got some news to share with you all.
It's the news.
Oh, Nick, it is the news. And in a couple of days' time,
Oh,
as
Nick.
you listen to the Nick.
Oh,
Oh,
Nick.
Nick. If you're listening to this on the day it drops, in a couple of days' time, we are going to have a brand new season coming to Pokemon GO.
Yes!
And yes,
Hype.
it is. I love that. Door shut.
We don't know.
We're
We don't need the
gonna have-
runtime.
No, we
We
don't,
definitely
no.
don't tonight.
We're going to run through the details that we know for the new season, which is going to be called Max Out. Nice font on it, actually. Do like it. It looks bold. It looks quite up there in your face. And actually, there's probably a reason why it is. But yes, the new
Definitely
season
wasn't
starts
leaked early and then withdrawn very quickly.
Thanks, TikTok.
very yeah. But yeah, we're going to have 3 calendar months worth of good stuff. September the 3rd to December the 3rd. 10 a.m. start time. Before we jump into it, guys, I think it's only fair that, should we do it before we get into the new season? Should we give last season a bit of a review? What's our thoughts been on last season? And I know I actually haven't really sort of put a footnote in about reviewing last season, but we've done this before, haven't we? We've reviewed the previous season.
We sort of
Do we
have.
wanna...
We could do a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it started off pretty good and then kind of
Faded away.
tailed off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Season of fading away.
What's it been called? I've genuinely forgotten. Shared Skies, that's
Already
it. It's
gone.
so forgettable as a name, genuinely.
I think we'll probably find that this season was forgettable.
Well,
Mm.
it started really well, obviously, with the
That's what I'm saying,
GoFest
it
stuff.
started good.
Started solidly. We had all the GoFest bits and pieces. There were some great new releases, and then it feels like August was just kind of there. It existed.
Yeah, August, it almost felt like they hit a wall, they'd burn out, and then they think, oh, well, what can we do? We'll just feed them any old tripe that we can come up with.
Actually, I will say, I think this is the worst end to a season ever.
Well, Triumph Together was just an abysmal event.
It wasn't an
good
event.
idea, but it just...
was a terrible collection of global challenges that were made to be an event. That was it's such a weird way of thinking about it, because previously we've had things where like the global challenge goes alongside Go Fest or something, and you've got stuff to do to help with the global challenge. This thing,
yeah, people generally enjoy a global challenge, don't they? Let's be honest.
This was like, go out and battle Rocket again, and there's nothing
75 million, not just.
And it took like 3-4 days to do it.
4 days to complete.
I mean, the season gave a shiny ducklet, didn't it? That was something to be excited about.
Very excited. Crabrawler and Emolga, among other things. Jangmo-O too.
What was Tynamo?
Yeah.
Shiny Tynamo.
Yeah, Tynamo was there. Yeah.
The remaining Ultra Beasts, although technically that was Go Fest, but it was in the season.
Beldon came back for Classic, and it's probably going to be the best community day we've seen, certainly this year.
We had the Crosma. The Crosma joined us, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Crosma
Wings
and
kind of. The Crosma was present, but for me, it disliked me intensely.
Fusion. There's a whole concept actually added in this season. That was quite a big deal.
That's pretty good.
Global catch cards for people once they'd fixed it. That was a good one.
We'll talk about that later, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's almost
and
like
then let's go back to Triumph together, because there's 2.5 days left and we are still only on 11 million out of 35 million field research tasks completed. At this rate, we might get 1 day of all of the bonuses for the event.
This is exactly what happened when they did something like this last time, and we literally had like 2 hours of all the bonuses, like, yay, all the bonuses. But to be honest, I think for this one, the only actual bonus that we unlock, or would have hopefully unlocked, probably maybe tweak the numbers to make sure we win it, is to unlock the free catch card Mystic Team Lapras. I just don't know. It's very forgettable as an end to a season.
The team catch cards were a good addition to this event.
When they worked.
That in itself wasn't worth the effort that was involved to get them.
It's not going to be a memorable season, is it?
Well, it's not, but we did mention Go Fest, and Shared Skies was a summer season this year, and there were 4 Go Fests within that season. I think we can all agree the season might have ended on a sort of a whimper, but the first 2 months of it were pretty lit.
I think it's almost the converse of what happened last year, because obviously the Go Fest were really sandwiched into August. So August was a jam-packed month in 2023, and sort of June and July were kind of a slow build up to it. This year, it's like everything happened early. We were done with the Go Fest stuff midway through July. Then we had Dynamo Com Day, and then it kind of slowly petered out a little bit. But there were some banging events.
But again, let's look at this from a bigger picture. Had we, and not everybody can go to live events, but had we gone to Worlds in Honolulu, we would probably have had a different view of the end of this season. Triumph together would still have been terrible, but we would have had a slightly better taste in our mouth, so to speak.
Pina colada, maybe.
I agree with you, Ian. I do agree with you on that. I think what they did in Worlds in Hawaii, Honolulu, is it Honolulu? Honolulu. Is they really, really brought Pokemon Go to the forefront of it, didn't they? They made it a very big game-centric event, didn't they? Around everything else, it felt really good.
Literally, there was an event and it was across the whole. I say island, but I don't know if it was across all of the islands in Hawaii, but certainly around Honolulu. Probably one of the better events that has been this summer.
Yeah, definitely. They properly went all out. I think we talked about it last week, but they went all out on this World Championship style of event. Even the stuff that was kind of here was quite good, but Hawaii was a different level compared to what we've seen.
Which laterally makes me think, if they do the same thing or go one step further next year in Anaheim, it could be completely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. It's teeing up for the 10th year after that, isn't it, in Sunny Franny? So
San Francisco.
I'm
less enthusiastic about San Francisco just because of the state of the city at the moment, but Anaheim, I am looking forward to.
Yeah, you like the ducks, don't you, out there, Ian? Is that the one, the Anaheim Ducks? Is it?
Just that Disneyland is there.
Duckland.
I love LA. Now, I do love Southern California. It's no secret.
But hey, good news though. Like I was just said, like Wiltshire's bigger than Honolulu, so the likelihood is that we get
City Safari, Wiltshire.
City Safari, Wiltshire. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think if we'd been there present for the for that Worlds, it would have been really good experience. And I think, like you said, Ian, certainly Milo's alluded to it. I think it was a summer season, absolutely. I think, hey, we had lovely bonuses like extra trades every day. It's a special trade every day during the season. I know we joked about it and meaning don't have the luxury of being able to do that all the time, but I have had very few opportunities to take advantage of that, which is nice. It's something different. Roll a few crazy trades without really having to think about it because you've got that extra one. Kanji XL was more prevalent, wasn't it, in the season? Certainly with buddies. And they're throwing XP at you as well. Like, I think the seasonal extra XP, I mean, they've always done stuff with the first catch of the day anyway, but I think certainly some of the events within it have been quite XP friendly, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of XP thrown out this season.
I think so. So despite the last couple of weeks being something that you step on in a dog park, I think we shouldn't really let that to sort of skew our judgment of the season overall.
And obviously the best thing that happened in those 3 months was the shiny Todger came into existence.
Oh, yes. I'm still to get one, but yes.
So
I've heard it's shiny, but I haven't.
Shall we rate it out of 10? The whole season?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
There are a few down bits, but that's mostly just this final event, really. There were lots of really good stuff as well. I think for a general season, including all the Go Fest and everything and the events that went alongside it, some of the bonuses and bits and pieces, what we had, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10.
That's where my brain was going. I was kind of swaying between a 7 and an 8, but then again, taking out the end of the season, which was kind of pulling it down. Overall, it's been a good season. I've had some good memories made. There's been some solid events. There's been a great array of sort of new mons and new shinies released. Overall, it's got to be an 8. It definitely doesn't warrant 9 or 10, but it's got to be an 8 because it was a good summer season.
I'm on the same page as you both, actually. I think I don't think you're ever going to get a banging season consistently throughout it, but you can have banging seasons with big highlights to it.
Definitely.
And like you said, we know there's a roadmap. The early indication for this season is they're going off track with this roadmap. Maybe they're going crazy in this new season.
Into a ditch.
But into a ditch. Maybe they've been holding it back for a crazy winter season. But no, I mean, or leading up to winter, I should say. But it was a very high 7 if it was going to be a 7. I think I'm going to give it an 8 as well. I think that has been a delight, actually. You know, we've been very fortunate to go to some in-person live events as part of it. But I think actually, even if you haven't done that, I still think there's a lot in that season to do. And the game has accelerated quite a bit, I think. I think going to max out now, let's see where we go. So, boys, I think we should share some news with our lovely listeners, eh?
Let's do it. And I think, honestly, it's very appropriate that we've all given that previous season an 8 out of 10, because this new season, Max Out, is all about Gen 8 from Galar. The Galar region is here in Pokemon Go. And, boys, among other things, the Galar region is based loosely on the UK. So it's our time, but jumping into some of the headlines, they're really going on the go aspect of things. Is go out, encounter Pokemon first discovered in the Galar, the Flaming Galar region.
Flaming Galar.
So more Pokemon originally discovered in the Galar region and featured in the Pokemon Sword and Shield games are arriving in Pokemon Go. It's about damn time.
It really is.
Seriously.
These should have been out so much. If you think, really, Sword and Shield was dropped and then they ran with Gen 9.
They ran with Gen 9 ahead of things. Do you know, the thing is, this is coming into the game almost, actually, no, over 3 years since Galar made its first appearance in Pokemon Go, when it was actually an Ultra Unlock for 2021 Go Fest in August.
Yeah.
That's wild. But boys, Marky alluded to it earlier, and no, it's not Stonehenge Man, a really bad superhero. Maybe we can get them to feature as a guest. But also, for the first time in Pokemon Go, trainers in the United Kingdom of England land may encounter Stonjourner. So we're getting a regional, boys, which is so hype. Genuine. And there may be call for that sound effect once again, because also Max Out special research is here. So choose your Galarian partner Pokemon. So this is actually quite cool. You get to choose your Galarian starter through a special research. A new special research story with branching paths will be available to trainers throughout Pokemon Go Max Out season, and you'll be able to reach new heights with your chosen partner Pokemon. And depending on which one you choose, your postcard book background is going to change, which I think is quite a nice little detail, to be honest.
I do, definitely.
Looking at those three, this will be quite interesting. And I've seen a lot of people throwing stuff around on social media, people who've played the Gen 8 games, people who haven't, probably like us.
Yeah.
Which of those three starters are you going to pick? Marky?
You see, I like these starters, and I think I commented when they first came out and thought they were a real solid selection, if you know what I mean. I think we looked at them, and like, I'm probably going to go Score Bunny. I think Score Bunny looks pretty cool.
He's Team Rabbit.
I'm Team Rabbit. Normally I would probably go Fire. Fire seems to be, fire or grass usually, but I like all of these actually. And I'm only saying Score Bunny because I know Ian's a bit of a sobble kind of guy, and I want to balance it out.
Well, I know Ian's going to choose this one, but not just because it's the water starter, and Ian probably doesn't know what it becomes. Ian, are you going to pick this water?
I do
starter?
know what Sobble becomes.
Yeah,
I do.
It is literally the James Bond Pokemon.
It is. And it is a great mon. But of the 3 starters not following their evolution line, it would have to be Score Bunny. But based on what Sobble does evolve into, I'm torn. I really am torn.
It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's full on evolution. It's like a James Bond, isn't it?
It is. It's Inteleon, like basically the water type starter spy. It's jokes. And we've actually got one for each here because I'm very much Team Grookey for the grass monkey. Obviously, FOMO monkey,
You know when you say grass monkey?
It's not something you say very often.
There was a song in the 80s called Brass Monkey, and I just keep hearing that every time you say grass monkey.
I keep hearing monkey shoulder.
Monkey shoulder. No, the time is nigh.
We're not feeding that to that starter. Okay. And Grantham will not be privy to any more monkey shoulder. Let's just say that. But they are all really cool. Dude. Yeah, let's stick with that. They're all really solid starters, as Marky says. But I don't know, something about Grookey, it just sort of speaks to me.
It's cute. I'm so torn. I really do not know which one I'm going to go for when that research starts. Genuinely, I'm torn.
It's interesting looking at the chat. It's also very divided here with the gold Patreon squad. So Kerry is very much Team Grookey with me. Sue is saying there's no love for Scoble. So I think I'll choose it. So Sue's going for the water starter, and I know this all too well. In big capital letters, the Italian tripod is screaming Score Bunny.
Oh, I know Francesco is Score Bunny all the way.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Gen 8 starters are going to be something that divides people, what starters always do. But something that definitely, it will. It's the Pokemon GO community. Go big is definitely going to divide the community.
Anger moving.
Boys, Dynamax is finally debuting with this season.
Hallelujah.
So, Dynamax Pokemon will be emerging in Pokemon GO, and reports indicate that they are appearing at mysterious new power spots that are being discovered across the globe. Rally your friends and take on Max battles to catch these mighty Pokemon and unlock the power of newly discovered Max particles, which, spoilers, I think you can buy in the store.
Yes.
And again, looking at this article for the new season, we are seeing the Dynamax versions of Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard.
Nice. Yeah, they've got to go Kanto, haven't they?
It always comes back to Kanto.
Yeah, this Marky was just going to say, took the words out of his mouth.
It's always going to go back to Kanto. Go Wild. So the Go Wild, hold on here, I've got the best.
Steady on there.
Oh, hold on here. It says stay tuned. Okay, well, I got excited then, boys.
That's why they've got the radio mast symbol on there.
Yeah, I was trying to follow
our idea
Ian.
Of Go Wild is playing events together for the next 3 weekends.
With some monkey shoulder.
But I've got to say, boys, even though my section was disappointing, the next one looks pretty good because there's always highlights, aren't there?
There's always highlights.
We're going to have community days as part of the seasonal highlights. Yes, one of those 3 weeks that Ian mentions will include these ponies.
It's Pony Day.
Yeah, we got Pony Day confirmed for September the 14th. It was mentioned on last week's show.
Pony Day in Wiltshire?
And Galarian Pony Day in Wiltshire. Exactly. But we do have dates, and we've mentioned these before, October the 5th and November the 10th are other community days in the season. We get stickers. And actually, looking at these stickers, they obviously celebrate, we'll talk about it a bit later, a couple of interesting stickers. Wooloo included in there, which is quite nice, and Bidoof featured on the new stickers. Yes, GBL. Anyway.
Well, the stickers are very autumn themed, so I really feel a little bit sorry for the Southern Hemisphere with these stickers.
I'm afraid Southern Hemisphere just have to live with it.
Suck it up.
Take your Badoo sticker and shush.
Yeah, be quiet.
However, it is obviously a new season, and that means finally the research breakthroughs are shifting. So, boys, kicking things off, it's obviously a little bit Galarian themed. We have Galarian wheezing.
Next up, we have the Galarian Mr. Mime.
God, still brings back memories, doesn't it? That
Horror flashbacks.
$12, yes.
Flashback. Obviously, there's one that can't be shiny, and yeah, I've got the joy of reading that one out. It's Excadrill.
Why couldn't they just put Drillbur? Like, seriously.
Absolutely.
It has to be Excadrill. We also have the very saggy-skinned Pokemon Scraggy, which can be shiny.
It can. As can one of my favourites from this group of Pokemon, Frou-Frou.
Ian loves it, and I love this one. Hopefully, we might get opportunities to see it a little bit more often than we did in Global Go Fest, because Jangmo-O is also in the group there.
That's not too bad at all. And obviously, new season, new spawns. So, in your city biomes, and how accurate these spaces are remains to be seen, because I don't ever tend to notice the actual differentiation between these, unless you find a random beach biome somewhere. So, in the cities, you'll have the chance of finding Gengar, Skitty, Beldum, Scraggy, Trubbish, Furfrou, Lechonk, and some more.
Moving into the forests, well, Executor, Chansey, Pinsir, Hoppip, Shroomish, Emolga, and Grubbin. Stay away from the forest, guys, I think.
Don't go in the forest.
Don't go into the forest.
Nothing good happens in forests. And however, do you want to go up to the mountains? That is the question. Probably not. But anyway, we've got Onyx, Sudowoodo, Sableye, Aggron, Stunfisk, and Golett that can all be shiny, and Boldor that can't be. But there are more as well.
So there's enough reasons to stay away from the mountains as well, then.
However, I think there's a good reason to go and visit Ian's biome and some reasons not to. So, kicking things off with the non-shinies. Sandygast, that poor ghostly sandcastle, whenever will it be bloody shiny? Come on, seriously.
2029.
And, maybe. Yeah, maybe. And Kingler, for some reason, you apparently aren't going to find Krabby, which could be shiny. That's very weird. However, you will also find the Ducklet, the Crabrawler, a bit of hemorrhoid action, Lapras, and Staryu as well, plus a few more as well. So that's actually an okay biome.
Two of this year's sort of Go Fest shiny releases there.
Yeah, go and get your crabs and ducks at the beach.
Yeah, moving into the Northern Hemisphere spawns, and they do leave something to be desired. I'm going to go out there and say it. Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile are going to be spawning, as is Pineco, Hisuian Quillfish, Larvitar. Everything I've mentioned there can be shiny, but Dealing, oh dear, the autumn form.
Oh dear.
But it's not going to be shiny this season.
Oh Dealing.
Oh Dealing.
Dealing. And yes, we also have what's called another hemisphere. That is the southern one.
The other one.
The other one.
This is the western hemisphere. No, we've got the southern hemisphere here. And again, with these, there's probably a few things you probably want to avoid, but hey, they are going to be there. We've got Hisuian, Voltorb, Feebas, can be shiny, apparently.
Well, I'm glad I'm in the north.
Yeah. We've got the starters of Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, and Dino that can all be shiny, and Dealing indeed. The spring form is also not shiny eligible, but there are more as well.
Her Dealing. The good news is that in the new season's 2 kilometer eggs, you won't be finding an Dealing, but you may find yourself some of the baby Pokemon: Cleffa, Igglybuff, Tyrogue, Wynot, and Larvesta staying in there with its shiny potential, plus a few more.
Not the worst, Paul. So the 5 kilometer eggs, actually, these are pretty good. These are okay, actually. So the 5 kilometer eggs, you have got the pool that features Larvesta and Kamala. Can both be shiny, will probably be quite rare. And the Gen 8 starters, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. Plus a few more.
That's nice.
In your Adventure Sync reward eggs, you will have Chingling, Don't know why. Riolu. Okay, that's been in there long enough. Tyrant, Amora, and Phantom.
Oh, Tyrant and Amora have been downgraded.
Yes, they're in
Finally.
the 5-kilometer adventure sync
They're
eggs.
they're not in 10Ks
Nope.
anymore.
Got some interesting bits here with the 7 kilometres, and we'll share that with you, and you'll see what I mean with this one. But in the standard 7 kilometre eggs that you get from opening gifts from your in-game friends, you'll be able to encounter Galarian Meowth, Galarian Slowpoke, it's a Galarian sandwich, really. It's a Galarian fest in the 7
Buffet.
Farfetch'd, Zigzagoon, and Yamask. Obviously, same forms I've said. All of them can be shiny and more. However, Mateo is going to be giving you an added reason to do some gift exchanging, because his 7 kilometre eggs, if you get them, see the reintroduction of a Pokemon that we haven't seen for a little while, but we have got the Hisuian Growlithe and Sneasel. Dino is hanging about in those eggs as well, which is a little bit disappointing, with Pancham, but Basculin Whitestripe is coming back.
Finally.
That one was out for,
Finally.
well, the tour at the beginning of the year with Roots.
That was it.
That was it.
That was
And
literally it. So
I
Global
personally
Tour
found
was
it pretty difficult to get, but I think we know, was it Michaela got loads of them at Global?
Caroline
Yes.
got a low as well, didn't she?
Yeah, some people had tons of the shiny. Some people had to do some stupid amount of routes to get them.
But I like the fact it's still root linked, isn't it? It's still root linked.
Yeah.
The
Gift,
root link,
which-
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a root spawn, but if Mateo squeezes an egg out at the end of your route, then you may hatch a fish.
Whitfield.
Well,
It's a family show.
Come on, Ian. Sort him out.
What?
It's a G-rated show.
Mateo's feeling broody. Clearly.
Is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's a fish.
It's a white striped fish. Congratulations, it's a fish.
Well, they can all be shiny as well, which is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool.
decent,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
That is pretty cool. And actually, something that's pretty cool is in the 10-kilometer eggs. And I don't think I'm going to be the one to read it out, unfortunately, because we're kicking off with Drudigon.
No, and I'm definitely not going to be. I think Mark's planned this one. Larvesta.
What do you mean I've planned it? I'm not that devious. Oh, look at the one I get to read out. This is pretty cool. It's the brand new Pokemon.
The brand new dragon. Wow.
The brand new dragon. This will be Community Day in 2027 in June. You mark your calendars. Dreepy.
I really like that dragon.
I
I
do as
really
well.
do.
Looks a bit geeky, doesn't it? But it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool.
Its evolution's amazing as well, just to say.
Oh.
If you, for whatever reason, weren't hatching eggs during that Larvesta event, what was it called? Scorched... It's not Scorched Earth.
What, Sands, was it?
Scorched Sands or something like that.
So what
when
dragged the season
Charcadet...
back.
Yeah. Charcadet was hatching so commonly out of the eggs featured in that event. You can hatch it out of 10-kilometer eggs still, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, you lucky people.
And equally, you'll be able to hatch Frigibacks from 10k eggs. Not that it isn't spawning a lot in the wild these days.
And with 10 kilometres, we also get Adventure Sync reward eggs. Yeah, it's still in there. Dratini.
Yay. Dratini. Rockruff is still in there, and I'm assuming that is both versions of it, the one that could become Dusk form. As well.
You won't know till you find out. But Drampa will be in
Thanks,
these
Ian.
eggs also.
Ian's brilliant like that. Milo, you will not know until they start hatching.
Never assume anything with Pokemon Go, especially when Niantic's in charge.
I still need that Bloom Dog, shiny Bloom Dog, actually, in Tramper, so that might be a reason to get some Adventure Sync eggs and walk some distance. But
Yeah.
Jangmo-O's in there as well, which can be shiny.
And not quite finishing off, but it's the only one remaining on the list. Frigibacks. If you couldn't get out of a regular 10k, it will be in your Adventure Sync possibly as well. Plus some more.
Every time I see Frigibacks, I keep thinking of that song, Bringing Sexy Back In. Do you know, it's like, Milo's bringing Frigibacks. Oh!
Yeah, Milo's not exactly Justin Timberlake, is he?
No.
No, I
Milo.
will give you that one. Then we're going to
Milo's
start the
bringing
singing. Do you know who
Frigibacks.
Milo doesn't look like?
Milo doesn't look like Justin Timberlake.
But he does look like a Frigibacks, doesn't he, Ian?
He actually does look a little bit like a Frigibacks, Milo
He
does.
does look like a Frigibacks.
Milo, just do that.
Maybe,
Just do that.
maybe the eyes. I'm disapproving.
Do you know what he looks like, Ian? Do you see it? Is that Milo?
I need a very gormless look for that one.
There it is.
I would say it looks more like Francesco, actually.
Okay, well, this season has bonuses included in it. I'm saving you here, Francesca. The seasonal bonus, I will come on to it. It's the most hype. But first and foremost, we have a lot of XP ones. These seem to be quite common. The increased XP for the 7-day Pokestop spin streak, as per the 7-day Pokemon catch, and also increased XP from going up in a friendship level, which is really nice. 1 additional candy when trading a Pokemon, and oh my days, this is perfect for new Pokemon, the Gen 8 catches and everything. Sorry, Mark and Ian, I know you guys don't have anyone to trade with. Cry, sad. But trainers, level 31 and up, will receive 1 guaranteed Candy XL when trading.
Nice. No need for that, Milo. No need for that, Milo. That was a bit sore, wasn't it, Ian?
Yeah.
No need for that, was there?
I'm just repeating your own words from several weeks ago.
Doesn't help himself, does he, Ian, sometimes?
He doesn't really. Then he wonders why people don't like him.
Yeah, exactly.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, I know why people don't like me.
I appreciate the clarity.
Clarify why people don't like me.
Clarify the dislike.
We're funny, aren't we? Oh, dear.
We try.
We've only been trying for the last 3 years.
With a self-proclaimed
vote on social media.
I was listening to a podcast in the car on holiday. I digress slightly.
Was it us?
No, it wasn't actually, but I just listened to a podcast, and there's like an annual podcast awards thing that they do every year, and they like ask people to vote for their podcast on it, and I think we should do that in future, guys, when we get near that time.
I think when it gets near that time, yeah.
So it's about 9 months' time. Should we start it now? Get it in people's
I think
thoughts.
our listener could probably vote for us, yes.
Please do it, listener. We need your vote.
The one listener is still here.
What are we thinking then? Yeah, what do we think then? Like, I know there's quite a lot of gaps to fill in. Events start getting named and more pieces start to fit together. And I will be talking about one of the events, which kicks it all off later in the show. But
yeah,
what are we thinking, boys? The sort of structure to it. What are we thinking?
Oh, dude, that they have cooked some good stuff with this season. Like the brand new Dynamax mechanic, and we'll talk about what's coming up in September soon as well, and in the actual events that are kicking off this season. This is honestly like, yeah, max out, go big. They really have done, and from the outset, it's looking so good, even compared to the Go Fest season we've just had with Shared Skies. It's honestly, to me, looking like a 9 potential out of 10.
Yeah, I've got to agree. It's looking very promising. It's set up to be a season where it should, with everything that's coming this season, be really difficult to screw up. But if anyone can screw it, or we know that they will, but I have faith. I have faith that Niantic are going to give us one epic end to the year. And with you, this should, in theory, be a solid 9.
Yeah, I mean, Wiltshire exclusive just did it for me, you know.
Sign it.
There's something exciting, isn't there, when new generations start to appear in the game. I still go back to when Gen 2 first dropped and everyone lost their proverbial when Sentret appeared on the map for the first time. You know, I like that, harvesting the candies to evolve the starters on a new gen. You know,
definitely.
It's just a nice part, a nice fit. And like you said, what we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail, but from what I've seen and what we know, it's they're going to, I think they've got to go big. The Dynamaxing is big. We've talked about this for probably the last
And with so many debuts, we're going to see silhouettes again, guys.
Yeah, so many silhouettes and things like that. But I'm casting my mind back to this time last year when they did the Welcome to Paldea thing. We were like, yes, new Pokemon, new Gen 9 things. It was quite a small wave. But this has got to be so much better than that, because not only is it new Pokemon that have been waiting for so long, and they're quite beloved Pokemon. A lot of people are a fan of this generation. There are new shinies coming off the bat as well, and a whole new dynamic and mechanic to the game with Dynamax. That's enormous, bringing that whole thing in. So we'll talk about that when they release more details about how it goes.
I think, guys, I'll give it a 9 with you. 9.
Yes.
9. Absolutely.
9.
Absolutely. Well.
9.
Nice. Well, I've been subtly sort of dropping in bits about the game in the past. It's kind of given me a little bit of motivation for the getting to know you question.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
I'm bringing it back to Pokemon Go tonight.
What?
What?
On this podcast?
How very dare you? I would have voted Aeroplane last week as well, so I think John Travolta-esque pilot, I think that's something that would be worth showing off and doing.
Not Biggles.
Biggles. I watched Swordfish when we were on holiday, when we stayed away, and that's a great film, Ian. You'll probably agree, won't you? Swordfish, John Travolta, great soundtrack as well.
That's okay,
Quite ironic that was a question. I like that.
Milo really didn't come up with it 5 minutes before we recorded.
You really didn't, did he?
No.
Well, this one is probably going to be very hard to put out to the poll, but we'll try and do it, and we'll try and find a way of making it work. But guys, I want to know, in 2024, as we come out of another season, 3/4 of the way through it, almost, I would love to know what your favourite experience so far has been while playing the game. Go on, Milo.
There's been some really big bits in 2024. Obviously, live events immediately come to mind. I have a feeling that Ian might go down this route as well, but Go Fests are a huge thing. We talked endlessly about them when they were happening. LA Sinnoh Tour was also a pretty big deal. Just 2024 and playing this game, for me, it's got to be New York Go Fest this year. By far and away, is the whole experience of what encapsulated that weekend. The city, the people, the crazy early starts, and really maximizing on the time I was there. The whole experience of going over to Randall's Island, doing so many different bits with the game, meeting a ton of people is always wonderful. So live event wise, it's got to be New York Go Fest.
I was going to say getting my Hyundai Swaddle was my highlight. You went very deep there, Milo. I was quite impressed with that.
You actually gave us some notice on the question, unlike I did last week, so I was able to think.
So you're going to go, you say New York live event, New York.
I'll go New York Go Fest for me, yeah.
No problem. Ian, go on, mate.
Whitfield knows me too well. I find it very hard to pin it down to one specific thing that happened within the game. So I have got to say, I'm trying not to parrot what Milo said word for word, but this game has afforded me so many chances to travel. And this year has been absolutely crazy so far with the travel that I've done. So for me, it has to be travel. Thinking back, LA twice, because I played the global tour there as well.
True, yes, yeah.
Madrid Go Fest, New York Go Fest, and just the travel I've done in the UK with you two for stuff that we've done at a podcast and YouTube level. I couldn't have imagined this 3 years ago, that I would have travelled so much to play this game in any 1 year, let alone this year.
I think that's a fair point, Ian, to be fair. I don't want to copy and paste, because I think travel for me has been amazing. I've seen...
I think you could do, I mean, we've both kind of gone down that road. I don't think there's anything wrong with us all having a similar idea.
Yeah.
I certainly enjoyed Madrid this year. I know that's probably that's the only place I've travelled to in terms of leaving the country and playing the game, because Barcelona was the back end of 23, wasn't it, in October?
Yeah.
I certainly think the travel aspect. I think for me, taking our show
I ain't getting on an airplane, and that's it.
Live shows. I didn't even think about that with the travel. The live shows, that comes under the same banner. Yeah, Mark, definitely.
I think we've done quite a lot on that, haven't we now? And I think that was really noticeable this year. I think in terms of the game, I'm going to take you boys back to the 24th of September. I know that was last year, not 24.
I was going to say, you've travelled forwards in time.
Travelled forwards in time. I thought that was this year. I got the back-to-back home spawn 0% Pokemon. That was random. That was last year. But no. It's live shows for me. I think the live shows have gone up a notch, and I think that isn't necessarily down to the quality. It's down to the willingness of our lovely audience growing, getting more involved, welcoming us, and wanting to be involved in it. And I think that's what we are about as a podcast, is that inclusivity piece. I like to think that there's plenty of people that just like the company but don't necessarily want to be involved in it, as well as the people that do get involved.
Nothing wrong with that, yeah.
Absolutely not. Well, you see me on a computer today, boys, when I'm all together. I'm always on my own, aren't I?
Mark just wanders off. Where's Mark gone? Normally see him under a tree.
Just slowing the pace down.
The girthy oak yesterday.
Oh, yes.
I enjoyed cuddling that. I think...
Milo, so I wasn't sharing your nickname with him.
the girthy boy. Live shows for me. I think that's pretty cool. But I'll tell you what is cooler, as I get my poll whipped out and put into place.
Is the news.
Going off from the beginning of the show, we have now got more details about the month of September. And we're going to run through it with you all because, hey, we love a new month drop of news, don't we? It's quite exciting.
Oh, yes.
Love it.
Yes.
In the month of September, we see the return of 2 Hoenn region legendaries, and they're in for quite a good chunk of time each. So the normal forms of Kyogre and Groudon are back. Kyogre is from the 3rd of September, 10 a.m. local time, through to the 14th of September, and then it switches over to Groudon, who runs through until the 26th of September. However, the tail end of September brings in Zacian with a shiny for the first time ever.
That is tasty.
That is tasty.
About time. It's a really lovely shiny, like a sort of icy blue shiny. That is from the 26th of September all the way through until October the 4th. So clearly there'll be a bit of bleed over into the next month. But this was something I thought of earlier when they dropped this info. Zacian first came to Pokemon Go raid battles in 2021.
Yes.
That's how long it's been. And then we had it when it was the World Championships event for 2022. And I don't know if it ever came back in 2023. It's been a long time.
I can't remember it being out last year. I might be wrong. I can't remember.
I don't think it was.
It's been a really long time. So good to see that added in. However, your raid hours, you're going to have 2 pairs, the sort of minimum card hand you could have in a game of poker. So, Kyogre is on September the 4th and the 11th, and Groudon is on September the 18th and the 25th. Of course, those are Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. at your local time.
Yes, and a new feature that has been released, because Dynamax is now here, we will have max battles, and the Pokemon that will be having the max battles this month will be Dynamax Bulbasaur, Dynamax Charmander, and Dynamax Squirtle, but also Dynamax Squovit and Dynamax Wooloo, and they all have the possibility of having a shiny.
Finally!
Yes,
the
new shinies, boys.
Coffee Pokemon.
New shinies.
Oh, nice.
And then you need to scout out power spots that have begun to appear throughout the world in Pokemon Go to participate in a max battle.
It is worth noting, of course, that those max battles start on September the 10th and then run through for the remainder of the month. And you'll find out why in a little bit.
We've got Mega Raids. And you know I love a Mega Raid, being the Mega Connoisseur. And
seems right.
It seems fair, doesn't it? And I'm going to give them a little bit of a rating as we go through them. So from September the 3rd to September the 14th, we have got the return of Mega Absol, which I quite like it, actually. Looks pretty cool.
It's been a while, actually. Yeah.
I don't think we've had Mega Absol for a year, have we?
Something like that, yeah.
This one I can never be sick of. Does come around quite a few times, but September the 14th to September the 26th, we've probably got one of my favourites, Mega Houndoom, which I do approve of, and a Mega Gardevoir will be with us between September the 26th and October the 4th. And again, no shade for that one as well. Do like that one.
Good.
And we have got a Shadow Raid boss that will be appearing during the weekends in September. Shadow Raikou will be appearing. So I'm down with that. I'm down with that one.
It's not bad at all. However, September's events are looking really tasty right now. So from September the 3rd to the 10th is the Go All Out event, which kicks the whole season off.
From September the 10th to September the 15th, we've got the Go Big event, which again is a 10 a.m. start through to 8 p.m.
Oh, this is good because on September the 8th, we've got the first raid day of the new season.
Ooh.
Oh, and it's Phalanx raid day, which probably signifies we might have a new shiny coming out.
Well, people aren't going to raid it if it's not going to be shiny.
I think, can you imagine? It's Phalanx and no shiny.
No shiny. And that is between 2 and 5 p.m. So we love a raid day.
That's a proper raid day, which is really nice. We obviously know what September the 14th is going to be. The Double Pony Com Day, so enjoy that, people. 2 to 5 p.m. your local time.
Then September the 18th through to September the 22nd, it's back. The Psychic Spectacular that runs from 10 a.m. local time through to 8 p.m. local time.
Oh my goodness gracious, we've been spoiled here because on September the 22nd, we've got the Orangaroo and Persimmon Research Day.
Oh,
wow.
That's good.
That's good.
That is good.
Persimmon's new.
That'll be a new shiny, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that's amazing.
Between 2 and 5 p.m., We are being spoiled.
And to finish off the month of September, we've got an event called just Legendary Heroes. And that does coincide with Zacian dropping as a shiny. So are there any hero Pokemon that wear capes? I don't know.
Just let's hope it's not another Triumph Together fiasco.
Let's hope not.
But that takes us through to, part of the week that everybody loves, and that is your Spotlight Hours. They start on September the 3rd with a 2x Evolution XP bonus, but Wooloo, which can now be shiny.
Wow, what a Spotlight Hour.
What a Spotlight Hour. And I think we still carry on with a little bit of WoW because GoFest London saw the introduction of this Pokemon in its shiny form. And on September the 10th, I know there's a lot of people that still haven't got this one, with 2 Catch Stardust, which also makes it a sound Spotlight Hour. We have got Jupiter that can also be shiny.
I think Whitfield got about 12 of those shines at GoFest, so if you haven't got
14.
one, I'm sure he'll trade one to you.
Yes, I can do.
It's payback considering Jupiter, when you first encountered it in, was it Sevilla, and it ran from you, your very first one?
Yes, and maybe that bad luck changed for the GoFest.
Yes.
I'd take that any day of the week. We go from some very big woos to some wobs, because it's Wobbuffet on September the 17th with 2x Catch XP. Actually, as a bonus, if you need XP, Wobbuffet is incredibly easy, excellent. So good luck.
And then we round September Spotlight Hours out on the 24th of September with a 2x Catch Candy bonus. And yeah, I think this has had Spotlight Hours before. It's had Community Days before, but Machop is back in the spotlight.
Yay.
To round out September.
It's been featured a few times, hasn't it, Machop?
I think it's had a Spotlight Hour before.
It has, yeah.
September is looking full. And what we love with these month drops is we obviously get new information. And hey, I think it's only fitting that the Counter Bros return.
That trumpet is deafening. Jesus Christ.
I think it's only fair that we remind you how to take down one of the best Pokemon, legendary Pokemon in the game.
Kyogre being a pure splashy water type means it has 2 weaknesses of Zappy Electric and the Hay Fever type grass. I will say, before we get into it, obviously your perfect IVs you're going to be looking for are 2351 or 2939 when it's chucking it down out there, potentially. Or maybe not, just in game, perhaps. Who knows? But there are plenty of good Pokemon that you can utilize to take down this thing. And one of my favorites seems to be in slot number 1, Negaseptile, top grass type. Make sure you got our favorite move, Frenzy Plant, on it.
Yep, another fan favorite is in the second spot. And I really have to mention this one because who doesn't love a Mega Rayquaza? You're going to need moveset of Dragon Tail and Dragon Ascent, but that will kick some butt.
But I think it's only fair that I break that tradition on the Megas because we do have a Shadow Legendary that's going to be available over the weekends in September. And yeah, right up there, being an electric type Pokemon, we've got Shadow Raikou. And that is with the fast move Thunder Shock, charge move Wild Charge. So yeah, it's available weekends in September.
It's actually really solid advice, Marky. And some more advice I'm going to pass on is my personal pick for this.
I know which one you're going
will
for.
Be. Do you? Are you sure about that?
No, he's going for Fairy and Thunderous, isn't he?
Just you wait.
I am going to type it onto my phone.
Okay.
And then if I'm wrong, you can all
laugh at you.
Yes.
This is actually quite a useful one. And you may have had a few of these over the GoFest season. Throw your origami at Kyogre because Katana will tank all of the moves that Kyogre can throw at you, and it's super effective.
Did you do it as well, Ian?
No, I went.
Marky scrolled down the counter list.
Xurkitree, yeah, Xurkitree, yeah.
I would have gone Xurkitree, but Katana will tank the likes of Blizzard because don't forget, Kyogre has some interesting moves.
It really does, and. I can't complain. I mean, Kartana is kind of the number 3 counter for Kyogre, so I can't really complain. But I genuinely looked at the list and I thought he's going to go for Xurkitree because he brings it up every week when we do this. I, however, am going to go for, again, another one of my favourites, another one of your favourites, Zeki.
Oh,
Charge Beam, Fusion Bolt is what you're going to want, and that is great. I mean, who doesn't love a Zekrom? I mean, it can do some damage.
Yes, just watch out for Blizzard.
I love Zeki. I'm going to pick one of my favourites, actually, because I know most people might have 2 of these now. But hopefully everyone's got at least one of them, is Zarude. I do love Zarude. Zarude is...
Still not claimed my second one.
Still not claimed his second one, everybody. But yeah, you want to use a double grass move of Vine Whip and Power Whip. Appreciate there might be a lot of people that haven't maxed theirs up and have just been unable to do with the fact of how it's introduced into the game. But I do love Zarude. It's probably one of my favourites, to be fair.
It is a quality Pokemon, although both mine were terrible. So I haven't maxed them out.
Aww.
Now, this did make me chuckle a little bit, and there are many Pokemon that are vastly better than this. But if for whatever reason you happen to have a Shadow, a Alolan Golem, then you can use it with Volt Switch and Wild Charge. God knows why anyone would have a maxed out Shadow, a Alolan Golem. But let us know if you do.
Now, I'm actually going to go for a budget counter, because if we actually talk counters thoroughly, then there are over 100 counters we can actually talk about. So I'm going to go straight to the bottom of the list to if you only have the really, really pathetic counters. Jolteon with Thundershock and Thunderbolt. If that's all you got, it's an electric type, and it will do. You just might need a few of you in the raid.
I think that's really sound advice here, and I think we've got to pick a few spicy ones, maybe a little bit there. And if anyone's done a City Safari zone and has decided to max out their goats, to go goat, it's a double grass move of Vine Whip and Leaf Blade, but go goat.
Brilliant.
Do it.
What's it called?
Go goat.
Right, something that definitely doesn't sound like a certain farm animal. Shadow Mewtwo, of course, very staple counter of any raid guide, and all you need to do is TM on Thunderbolt onto it. So Psycho Cut Thunderbolt on your Shadow Mewtwo, and obviously it's been around for 2 raid weekends.
If you've played some live events, but really not played Pokemon Go a lot, you might have a Wash Rotom with Thundershock and Thunderbolt that you can use in the raid battle.
Ian, you're brilliant. I saw that. I was like, he's a lad. And everyone loves a monkey, and I love Zarude. I spoke about that earlier.
Milo
but however, Monkey loves a Milo.
Monkey loves a Milo.
Don't take Chimchar in versus Kyogre. That's
Monkey
my best
loves
tip.
Milo. Anyway, these are featured in quite a few events, and we've had the luxury of all of them in global events as well. But yes, Simisage is a good option there. That is the evolved version of the green monkey for anyone who might not have one. But Simisage with Vine Whip and Grass Knot. Double grass move, very efficient against Kyogre.
Do you know what? I really want to see 20 people taking Wash Rotoms versus Kyogre.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's make that
happen. It will be in raid
but,
when we're together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it will be. Nice. Let's do it. We're going to make it happen.
So now you are definitely kind of set up to take down Kyogre when it's in raid battles shortly.
Wash Rotom, Shadow Alolan Golem, and Simisage.
Oh, don't forget Jolteon.
Oh, I suppose Pikachu's not been mentioned as well in this, to be fair.
Pikachu's
yes,
type.
if you have Scuba Chew, then take that in.
Scuba Chew. I think our very own Barside will be doing a team of 20 Pikachus against Kyogre, won't he?
I'll be with you, Barside.
Absolutely. But there's still more to come. It's a new season, it's a new month, so we have got to go back to...
It's the news.
Hello again, Nick.
He's making a real return.
Bless
I don't think there'll be a part 4 of the news, just to let you guys know. But we made mention of the event earlier. This is what's starting, if you are listening when this episode drops on September the 1st, 2 days' time. Our very first glimpse into the Galar region with
Galar
Go All Out event. Starts September the 3rd at 10 a.m. your local time and runs through to September the 10th at 10 a.m. your local time, because it's kind of a 2-parter event. And boys, some brand new Pokemon debuts. And I think it's quite apt that I prefer this starter, Grookey, the grass monkey Pokemon. Then we've got Thwacky. That's such a stupid name. And then finally, Rillaboom, which is actually quite a cool name there. That is the grass type family for this generation.
I feel like I'm going to jump in even though Ian's meant to go next, because I think it's only fair.
I knew you would.
Because we've got Scorbunny that's going to be making its debut, and it has got probably less silly evolved names, but Raboot.
I love that. Raboot. It's a rabbit. Raboot.
Raboot.
It's the Scottish version of a rabbit. It's a raboot.
It's a Scottish variant of.
I was going to say it sounds like a Canadian pub.
I don't get that, Milo. That's silly. And Cinderace. Iron Brew.
And then we'll move on to the third and final of the Gen 8 starters, Sobble, along with its evolutions of Drizzle and Inteleon.
Drizzle kicks, is that right?
Drizzle. That sounds like what Mark's like, Milo, where'd you live? I live in Drizzle.
Drizzle's a proper English town, isn't it?
Live in Drizzle.
Drizzle.
It's a Drizzle variant. Oh my god.
The final family to come to Pokemon Go in this event is that dragon rare spawn, Dreepy, and its evolutions Dracloak and Dragapult. They are amazing. I'm a big fan of that. Pseudo-legendary.
I love when you say that, Milo. Pseudo-legendary.
Pseudo-legendary.
Pseudo. The news I alluded to when I returned to the United Kingdom and back into sunny Wiltshire. Yeah, the Wiltshire variant Pokemon. For the first time in Pokemon Go, trainers in it's the United Kingdom will be able to encounter Stonehengeman. Sorry, Stonjourner. Yeah, we've said this already tonight. Gen 8 is UK based in terms of a generation.
Theming, yes.
Theming, yeah. I know a lot of people say they thought it was an Australian one with the Galar region, but no, it is United Kingdom. And yeah, Stonjourner. And we've got some. We're not going to give it away tonight, but there's going to be some fun stuff coming up involving that Pokemon, I think, boys, isn't there? I think we're going to have a bit of fun with that one.
Maybe.
We shan't reveal any more. However,
we take the fifth.
wild... wild encounters for this event. We've already listed quite a lot of them. We've got Grookey.
Scorbunny. Mark didn't jump in there. Oh.
Oh, no. Sobble.
And as Ian made mention earlier, Squovet can be shiny.
Yes, and Wooloo as well. That can be shiny. New shinies, boys.
Yeah, and Milo's going to be a little bit gutted that I'm spreading the news on this one, but some trainers might even encounter the following. Yes, Milo's Mon, Dreepy.
Francesco.
Francesco. 2 new shinies, eh? And then they've got Mega Dynamax versions as well, but yeah, Squovet and Wooloo.
I've been saying for months on this show that they need to be careful with the amount of shinies they release because they're running out. And they are spoiling us this season. Certainly in September alone, they are spoiling us.
Well, don't worry, Ian. There's a lot of Generation 8 still to go.
There most certainly is. And you know what else there's a lot of to go? Max out special research. Yes, Milo mentioned this earlier in the show. Choose your Galarian partner Pokemon in a new special research story with branching paths that will be available to trainers. Your postcard. Actually, you've read all of this already.
Yeah. except when you can claim it.
Yes, by the end of the season.
1 minute before 10 a.m. local time on December the 3rd. Just make note of that.
Yeah, and the eggs are the same as well. So you've heard that already as well. So
actually, that's very true.
And the event bonuses are the same as well. Brilliant.
And to be honest, we could just say copy-paste for the field research task encounters, just minus Dreepy.
Yep. Something that is just copy-paste for every event these days. Collection challenges,
They exist.
Yes. Pokemon showcases, yes. And there will be web store bundles, yes. Check, and check.
There we go then. So, guys, that's the first event. A lot of it obviously goes along with the seasons. We're joking now, but there's a lot of good stuff in there, isn't there, that they've actually confirmed.
Yes.
So what's our provisional thoughts on this first event?
It's looking tasty as a starter event for the season. Introducing the starters, the pseudo-legendary. It's just going to be a go for the candy kind of thing. Dropping 2 new shinies, which were kind of the only Generation 8 spawn Pokemon available in the game for 3 years at this point. Wooloo and Squovet. Great shinies to chase. And having them in the wild, and obviously Wooloo has its Spotlight Hour. Honestly, great start.
It really is a good appetizer. So we've got the new starters, we've got a new dragon, we've got new shinies. We've also got visibility about what September's looking like. So the first third of the season, some good raid and research days. I'm thinking that this is setting itself up to be a good season. I have very, very high hopes for this season.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ian. Agree with you, Milo. Even though I can't remember what you said either. Must have been memorable.
It all just blurs into one blob.
Only like a few
Really.
seconds ago.
They've released those 2 new shinies because they're part of the initial wave of Dynamax releases in the game. That kind of makes sense. But we're lucky we're getting them because it brings new shinies anyway to the game. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And we all know that Wooloo is the Welsh regional Pokemon. So, it's only fitting that we have them all in one island, or on one island, I should say.
Love that.
But yeah, looking very encouraging. I love new starters, starting and earning the candies and getting the better ones, using the researches where you can to find them. And
It's the only time I use pineapples with a new mon release.
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, really excited for it. It's only fair we score this then. So what we gonna say, boys? First event before we play it. What are we thinking?
Ooh, I'll score it an 8 out of 10, I think. Kind of everything you'd really need. New starters, you say new dragon, new shinies to chase, and research, and some egg action. It's got a bit of everything, really.
I'm going to go one better. As I said, I have very high hopes for this. So with the new Dynamax feature, new starters, new shinies, this season for me is promising something massive. I'm hoping that it delivers. But on face value, I'm going to go 9. I really want this to be a stellar season.
And as I say, with new forms come new ways to introduce items that can probably be bought in the shop. So I think it's going to be an expensive start to the new season.
Yeah.
But that should not detract away from the fact that we've been talking about Dynamax before and how they're going to introduce it. And we're going to find out now pretty soon. So I'm going to say we can't have halves. There's a lot of new stuff in this event.
There's a lot of new stuff.
I can't remember the last time we had an event that offered so much new stuff. And I'm going to give it a 9. We've got a regional Pokemon. That's all I'm going to,
True.
That's
True.
amazing.
Regional. I didn't even mention that with my recap.
I forgot
new
about
regional.
that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
9. 9 out of 10 for me. And I think it depends how much it costs to go to Stonehenge. If it's locked to that location, then we'll probably
It's about 30 quid to get in, so...
Yeah, if you book your ticket early, it's 28 quid.
We've done some research. That's what we do here on the show. We do our research. So
Absolutely.
Occasionally.
So it's only fitting we go to our favourite part of the show because we are going to delve in.
Shinies of the week.
So, Shinies of the Week. I'm actually going to jump in first here, and we put a call to action out to young Oscar last week when Nexton didn't believe his streak in Go Battle League. So he actually sent us a WhatsApp message showing his streak, which is just there for anyone that's watching our recap if you're a silver tier patron or higher. So just goes to prove that he wasn't telling his porcupines. But the reason I'm actually talking about that is we've had a Shinies of the Week through WhatsApp. This is from Richard Brooker. Well, it's not really Shinies of the Week, but it is worth shouting out. It's a Nundo Marill.
Oh, that's worth shouting out. Yeah.
So it only took 2.5 years, but this Pogo chappie just got his first Nundo. Big Bro GB 2020 Rich completed it with an incense. Hashtag Nundos of the Week.
Nundos are rare. It's nice.
Well, I'm going to jump back in. We've got a new person that's messaged us on X, and I'm always encouraging new people to stickle brick onto the others and get involved. And we've got Millsy on holiday in Tunisia.
Oh,
Very nice. But unfortunately, the hotel has no Pokestops or gyms around it.
Oh, disaster.
My partner and I love collecting shinies, so our holiday. And I had given it up as a bad job, as there were barely any spawns. Well, look who just got a shiny Necrozma from the research.
Oh, you jelly good. Nice.
A 2082 shiny Necrozma as well. Hashtag
not bad.
shinies of the week. Well done.
I've got to say this. Speaking of the shiny Necrozma, guess who got another hundo from his actual free research?
Yep, the one.
Yeah. No.
Milo was there with him when it happened. Let's play. Let's open them together.
Saw it immediately.
I bet he was going, oh, Necrozma loves me.
I mean, the Necrozma looks a little bit like a tripod in some ways.
It's actually, it's an Italian tripod, yeah.
It is, yeah. Anyway, we actually had a comment on one of our Instagram reels, and this is from Jerry Mina. Thank you very much for doing this. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Yeah, I didn't delete the notification so I could find it. Shiny Gengar. It was my first catch of the day on my 7-day catch streak. So one of the first spawns they checked, and it was, 1 day ago as we record this, at the beginning of this week. Very nice. Random shiny Gengar.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice. So our next shinies of the week is from Dan Headspith, and basically I'm going to read the message and tell you what this guy got, because this is just insane in my opinion. Hi guys, been a long time listener of the podcast. Keep up the good work. I look forward to every episode. Not me, but my better half decided she wanted to win Pokemon GO this week. 2 checks of battles, 5 times in the Go Battle League, revealed her first Shundo. And in my opinion, the best Shundo.
God.
You're right, man. You are right. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. The Shundo Scuba Chew from Worlds.
Of course.
And it is tagged in Bury, England. So GG's to your girlfriend. And the message goes on. Milo 24 hours, girlfriend less than 10 minutes. Dan from up north.
That says quite a lot, doesn't it?
Honolulu
less than 10
Bury.
minutes. Oh my goodness me.
GG's Dan's girlfriend.
It feels like a travel one. Our listeners are travelling all around the place. We've gone from Tunisia to Honolulu-inspired Bury and Pokemon to Manchester.
Well, speaking of Manchester, Manchester. Oasis.
Oh, Oasis. Bring it on. Bring it on, Ian. You're my Wonderwall, Ian. You're my Wonderwall, not my Waterfall. You're my Wonderwall. But Mark Bailey, he's been in Greece having a great old time, and he ends up with 6 Greek shinies when he was there. Trumping my 3 Irish shinies. Well done, Mr. Mark Bailey. He got some local Sigalef as well on his week there.
Nice.
But he's got a shiny Ladybar. Oh, they're funny, aren't they, when you get them? A shiny Staryu, a shiny Ekans, a Lotad. Oh, everyone loves a shiny Lotad. A Licky Tongue, and a Snorkel Chew.
Well done, Mark.
Nice.
That's some haul.
That is some haul.
Some what?
Haul. Haul.
Some what, Pastor?
Get out of the gutter, Whitfield.
Whitfield, pull yourself up.
Right, I'm going to pull myself up straight into our campfire community, because we've had rather a nice Shadow Shiny one posted here in the hashtag Shinies of the Week channel. Brunik76, I think it is, has posted they actually caught and evolved a Shadow Shiny 93% Machop.
Nice.
Real beautiful. And I'm seeing a rather OTT level of Stardust on there. 11 million dust? What are you doing? Burn it now.
You're hoarding.
But Mark, people haven't just got involved on Instagram. Some people have got involved on WhatsApp with a voice message. And when I say some people, I just mean one person. But it's a voice message.
It's good. It's all we need. One person.
And it's a voice we've not heard for a while.
Oh, let me guess. Who have we not heard for a while? PayPal Simon?
No.
Simone?
Saul's been on.
Oh, Saul.
I would have wanted to send a WhatsApp message like a lot of times, but like I said a few months ago, I've been doing a house up. But it's nice to hear that you're carrying on going and changing the style of the podcast. I'm loving it. Loving how it fades in and out, and I just love how you're doing it now. Happy birthday to Masterful 27 too. I hope he's enjoying his 21st birthday again, and I'd love to come to the meetup that you guys are doing too. But again, just house commitments and stuff. It's a lot of work. But the next one you do, if I'd love to come to that. If that's anything that you're going to do again, I'm not sure, but I'll be there. But the question I've got for all of you guys, I'm sure Masterful 27 is a Samsung user, but I've just changed over to the dark side. I'm using the Samsung flip phone at the minute, and I'm thinking it's pretty good for Go. It plays pretty well. I quite like it, and the fact you can bend your phone and still play Go at the same time is pretty cool. But my question is, what do you prefer to use while playing Go? Because I was from iPhone, and I find that there's benefits to using either. So, yeah, I'd like to hear your answers. And just to clear some confusion up, my name now is PokeEvo CEC. I know it's PokeEvo Keck. But you can't do full stops and stuff. I changed my name on actual Pokemon Go to correlate with the name that I have on Instagram and on Campfire. my campfire group, Sleepy Snorlaxes, has got up to 250 members now, and I'm trying to become a community ambassador. It's very hard. They don't like you to be one, but I'm trying to get there. So wish me luck. Have a good week, boys, and love to hear the episodes in the future. I'm so tired, but have a good day.
Sorry, Pokey Kecker.
So we've been talking about Poke Evo Keck for a while, actually, on some comments and shinies, and
it's good to have the correlation between the names.
We now know it's useful.
Nice word. Yeah. Yes, lovely.
So, boys, what's your favourite device for playing Go on?
Well, I've got to say, I've played Go on quite a few different devices, and I think as I've upgraded them, the experience has got better. I think that isn't unique to Pokemon Go. I think that's unique to most mobile gaming. I think the beautiful thing with Apple is you've got your baseline and it is what it is. You know what you're buying. I think with Android you have that lottery. You have to do a lot of work on the spec, and I love my Samsung S22 that I've been playing on for the last 18 months. When I knew we were going to Seville, the last couple of years actually now, and I knew it was going to be very bright, and the screen needed to deal with the brightness. I was able to find a Samsung that had the best level of screenplay I've seen in the brightness. I've never had issues, and I think when we've been to Madrid, it sort of paid dividends. I know it was bright, but I could still see the screen where others struggled. And it wasn't like crystal clear in these bright areas, but that's what my experience has probably been the real sort of winner on. And it kept cool with a fan on it, which I think we all had to sort of put on our devices. That's the problem with these real hot events, isn't it? In the UK, we can get away with it quite easily. I have never played Pokemon Go on an Apple device. I have had Apple devices, but that was probably over 10 years ago. But I have played on various Samsungs. The S22 is the one I'm on, and I could have upgraded it a year ago, and I haven't because it seems to do it very, very well. Milo next in, because he does it on both, actually, doesn't he? He's probably a good comparable.
Not really, because he was always moaning about his Samsung.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, I've had experience with both, and I'll start off by saying my Samsung Fold 3 is very poorly and very ill, and it should really be put out to start.
I would put it out to pasture, to be honest, and just
it should really be done.
Take the plunge and get a new phone. Yeah,
because when it was new, it was okay, but I've had more time of this device being problematic running Pokemon Go, and I only use it for live streaming stuff, really. But even to play the game on its own, it does not like having the game on for an extended period of time. It will overheat, it will start lagging and dropping frames like nothing I've ever seen beyond 2005 with a PC. It's crazy, and I've never really had many problems playing on iPhone. Yes, your phone gets a bit hot sometimes, but that's just because you're in a hot location, perhaps. And the thing with the iPhone of a certain age is the phone brightness does dim.
It doesn't all of them, though. Once it gets hot,
We've
it turns
experienced
the
it.
phone brightness down.
Yeah, exactly. But you can learn to deal with that to an extent and just squint really hard at the screen. I have actually had the experience of playing on a few other people's Androids when maybe they've had 100% a legendary and they're too worried to catch it. Too many times you go to throw the Pokeball, having switched from immediately playing on iPhone to going on Android, and it for some reason is so laggy, and you're trying to throw the ball and you just miss throw constantly. So going between the two, vastly prefer iPhone. It's so much smoother.
I'd agree with you though. iPhone is more smooth because the iPhone's the iPhone. Android could be any device that you give it a phone. Like the Android devices vary so much.
Yeah, it even varies from just the age of the device. I mean, my Samsung was fine to start with, and now it can't even maintain a connection for more than 20 minutes before going, I don't want to be a phone anymore.
Well, it wants to be your phone, Milo.
Yeah. It never turns off.
Exactly.
Phone Mo Monkey.
Phone Mo Monkey. Ian, before you said it, do you think like Milo's phone, like resting, it taps out, you go, come on, stop.
To be fair, if I'm being honest, the amount of time that Milo does live streams on his phone, he does spend a lot of time, or in theory should spend a lot of time using an Android phone, doing at least 2 to 3 live streams a week. I think you just need to find some cash money somewhere, Milo, and replace that thing.
No, I'm going to live stream on iPhone instead.
To be fair, you can, just no face cam. Yeah,
that's the way. I'm going to enjoy smashing the Samsung.
How
you need
old's
to make
the
a video of
phone
that.
he's got? How old's his flip phone?
That Samsung, when did I get it? Was it the tail end of 22?
Is it the Fold 2 you've got, isn't it? Or is it Fold 1?
No, Fold 3. I
Fold
think
3.
I got it towards the tail end of 2022. The thing with an Android is a bit like a Windows PC, is if you have the specs and you update it and you have the most modern one, you're okay. As soon as the software and the hardware starts to go backwards, then you're screwed, basically.
It was Billy and Lando Ralph are dropping a couple of names, and they use these Android devices, don't they, to live
A
live
couple
stream.
of gaming use the Fold as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, as an Android gets older, it very quickly drops off. That's why you always find whenever they do this patch note stuff with Pokemon Go, they always seem to make a note of this Android system is no longer compatible with the latest version
There's so
of Go.
many different versions of Android available at any one time as well.
Absolutely.
So it's a tough question. I will answer it a lot quicker than either of you. Apple, definitely the way to go for playing the game, purely just because of it being fluid and the Apple infrastructure, because iOS is second to none. I have played on Android, so I'm not just dismissing Android outright. I've played on a Samsung A12 and a Motorola, can't remember the model number of.
That's a good, catchy name.
Yeah, both not recent models of phones, of course. Going back to what Milo said and Mark's agreed, I do find them very laggy with a very poor frame rate.
I will probably get shot down for saying this, but I think unless you've got a Samsung S range, starting with a 2, I would struggle to find any other Android devices that can cope with the frame rate in Pokemon Go. I don't think there's anything in the UK market anyway that gets anywhere closer to the Samsung S ranges. As Samsung, like you said, I've got an A1 for work and it's rubbish in comparison. It's not the fact that Samsung have got it nailed out the park, it's just the budget ranges, like you said.
Exactly, your budget range of phones. Let's face it, if you're getting a phone for 50 quid, it's not going to be right up there. It's
Log
really
that, could it? 50 squid for a phone.
I can offer you 50 in-K.
50 in-K. But you have to turn the phone upside down before you can exchange it.
Yeah.
So, hope that answered your question, Saul, or PokeEvo CEC Keck. And good luck on your journey to become a community ambassador.
Yes, very best of luck.
Yeah, they do want people to do it, Saul. Just
They do, but they're going to make you jump through hoops because they really want people that are motivated and really community minded. So I'm sure you can do it.
And you have to leave your house alone, mate, once you get the flag. That's unfortunately the rules.
No spoilers, but you also said you'd come to our next meetup. Watch this space.
Watch this space.
We're cooking some horse.
Flary pony. Anyway, so something that came to light maybe 3 weeks ago now, I think it was that people that were playing Global Go Fest, certainly on the first day.
It was day one that the
day one, wasn't it?
We're calculated
you know what? The drop rate of these special backgrounds seems to be very limited, because I think as most people were getting them on day 2, they thought they just had a bit of bad luck on day 1. But fair play to Niantic, they addressed it. They did put an announcement out to say that day 1's special catch card background wasn't released, and there was actually an error in it. So I don't think anyone would have really truly known about it if they played for the whole weekend and really thought too much about it. But they owned up, and we did say at the time, actually, that's quite a big thing for them to do. And fair play, a notification, we're going to get a method of compensation depending on how much was raided. But this week we found out what it looked like, because Niantic did give that Ultra Beast special compensation piece. And Ian, what did it look like?
So basically, Niantic looked at how many remote raids you did on said Saturday, day 1 of GoFest Global, for remote raids, and then gave you compensation in the form of encounters through, I'm going to say timed research, but they gave you to the end of the year on these things to claim.
To the end of 2025.
End of next year. Apologies.
Wow. 460 days or something.
So it was very good of them to do that. Now, I knew I hadn't remote raided a lot, but I thought I'd done more than I had. I only got 4 encounters out of this thing. But I knew I wasn't raiding a lot because of travelling to London to play Global Go Fest. So I didn't really get an awful lot of time to remote raid. So I came up with 4 encounters, no shinies, and all abysmal 2 stars. But they all had the guaranteed background. Yay!
I'm going to do it before Milo, because we know Milo's going to...
I got 27 encounters.
Oh, he's still claiming them now, Ian.
Great number, Marky would say.
Great number. Listen, we all play the game differently, and I get that. And like, I got 6 encounters. 4 of them were Buzzwold. No, one was the Crosby, and one was Cellar Stealer. And don't judge a pro for raiding Cellar Stealer, please.
Raided it enough to get a catch card one, apparently.
Apparently so. But I saw some of the numbers that people had on social media, and I went, you raided heavily.
And
some
then
of these
calculate, you think, okay, so it's like just under £2 a pass. You think, you spend a fortune.
People have spent hundreds of pounds in remote raid passes to see. I saw some people that had over like 25 to 30 encounters to claim for. And I'm going, we all play it differently. That's not fair me to say anything other than that. And we all know it wasn't 1 for 1, so it wasn't one encounter. So wow, didn't get anything great. I'll tell a lie. I got a 15-15-11 Buzzwell, which is my best one so far. But anywho, nothing shiny. The rest were 2 stars. I think it was very swiftly delivered to us. That was my sort of thought on it. I think it was a nice way of doing it.
It was neat, very easy way of doing it. And you know what? Like you say, if they hadn't said anything, I don't think people would really have known about it.
Shout out to Kerry, one of our gold patrons. She got her shiny Buzzwell from her.
Nice.
Ultra Beast special conversation piece. So well done on that. I did notice that on within the last 24 hours. So Milo, come on then. How many are you still claiming at the moment?
Well, actually, I've been claiming them for the last 24 hours.
It's been non-stop.
Non-stop circuitries.
24 hours of claiming research. No. So I got a total of 20 encounters.
Okay.
13 circuitry, 5 Necrozma, 1 Buzzwell, 1 Katana. And when they all started popping in, this was what was really quite amusing, is I was next to my better half, and she had the same number. Or
I thought you were talking about Francesco, though.
No, I found out about his stats later, but she had 13 circuitry appear on her list, and I opened mine and it said 5 Necrozma, 1 Katana. I was thinking...
Yeah, because they started filtering in slowly, didn't they?
They slowly started rolling in, and I was like, I raided over 100 circuitry. I know this on day one. Like, where are my circuitry? And I was thinking in that moment, like, Niantic, where we talked about this research, and Niantic went, I'm afraid you didn't get any catch cards.
Have got a catch card, so
I'm afraid we don't think so. What was it? You chose poorly.
Poorly.
But having restarted the game a couple of times, which usually solves quite a lot of issues, they did pop on through, thankfully. The 1 Katana I got did turn out to be shiny.
Of course it
was
did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. Katana likes me for whatever reason. But nothing amazing in terms of the stats, really. They're all kind of just mid of a must, really. But all guaranteed backgrounds. And yeah, you got some more free encounters, which honestly, yes, it was great of them to compensate in this way and not having to do any silly little challenges to do whatever, catch a Pokemon.
Agreed.
Or something like that. They were just there, and you've got a year and a bit to claim them. And I saw some people having an amazing success. I think I saw Chaz, community ambassador, got 2 shiny Necrozma from his selection, and a bunch of other people got some really good stuff. I saw somebody got a Shundo Circuitry from it. So some people had a lot better success than we did.
I always get really bad luck with this sort of thing, though.
Do you know what I found slightly annoying? And I found it really annoying as this season's coming to an end. It's like every time you open the game, almost like that little purple thing flashes in the corner.
Oh, yeah. So annoying.
I like that animation. I don't know why. I do enjoy that.
Repeating. That's what I didn't like, is it keeps repeating it for some stupid reason.
I'm not going to repeat it. I tell you, when there's something new, it comes up.
But it was doing that for the Ultra Beast, Ian. So every time the Ultra Beast encounters were dropping in, as Milo said, they were staggering them in. That kept flashing every time. And every time you opened it, a new lot of the Ultra Beasts dropped. And then obviously as we were unlocking the other.
I'm not on the game 24/7 like you two.
So I still haven't claimed my Ponyta, costume Ponyta yet, mate. I'm not. Very good, Ian. We're going to do it together, are we, in G-Town?
I think the event will have finished by then.
Yeah, you have to make sure you claim it before the end of the season. I can't really say that there's anything better they could have done, to be honest.
They can't, no.
No, they can't.
Solid.
They
didn't give us a raid. They go, you're going to have to go and raid them again. We'll give you 5 free passes. No, they've actually just given you a varying amount of encounters.
We're going to judge which of your current circuitry are in your account, and we're going to put catch cards on some of them. You actually just got some more encounters.
You see,
with
I'd
Pokemon.
rather have had that because I got rid of all the 2-stars, so I could only have got catch cards on my 3-star ones.
No, but you know
rather
how it
than
would
just
have
get-
worked. They'd have said, "Oh,
Yeah.
all the ones you transferred would have had the catch card on it." But as it stands, we all got a little bit of the encounters, the candy that came with them, and you got a little bit of XP and stuff with the sort of finishing of each research for the Ultra Beast, which is nice.
I think they did very well. I think, like we said, we got something that we didn't expect.
So it's always nice to get something free. And yeah, thank you, Niantic, for giving Milo lots of encounters and the rest of us not quite so many.
Yes, thank you.
But we move from that to something that is standing proud. Okay, so it's not quite so proud now.
I like to think that I give equally to everybody that spends time on me, as opposed to favouritising those who spend more on me. Milo.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Not just wink, wink. So yeah, we had the Incensed poll, but the boys have shared their highlights of Pokemon GO in 2024 so far. Which of these have you enjoyed if you've been lucky to attend / take part in them? We had 24 people vote, so thank you for voting. In third place with 17% of the vote was our live shows. So, I mean, does it mean that you didn't enjoy them? You might not have taken part in them. But thank you so much for the 17% of people that voted for our live shows. Second place with 33% of the vote was specifically New York Go Fest. I think when you put specifics, you're going to dilute the vote as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, 33% of people went there, and 50% of the people agreed with Ian's travel one. I think we all resonated with travel too, and it all links into them anyway. So a few little comments. Sue Hermes Ninja put actually option D, all of the above, ! Which is fair play, actually, Sue. I probably agree with you on that as well.
Yeah, totally.
Lucy Davis has put, I can't vote because the answer is none. Don't worry, Lucy. It's always 2025. There's plenty of things that are always going to happen in the game. Final two, Chicken Chaser. No, just because I met you guys in LA, but Silo Tour was really my favourite event all year. It had the best spawns, and I prefer catching over raiding for the most part. Mark Bailey has said, wasn't able to go to New York City, but enjoyed listening to the live shows, but didn't get to take part, so voted travel. Meeting you in Nottingham was great. The kids loved it. We've also travelled to Greece and caught some fun. #fun, actually. And a bunch of shinies as souvenirs, which we shared earlier in the show. Thank you for that, Mark. So yeah, thank you everybody for taking part in the poll. We're rounding this show out now. We're getting to the end of 186. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the podcast, and we hope you have done, please consider hitting that follow, subscribe button on your podcast platform. That just makes it easy for you to find us. It saves you having to do the work every week. We're not on the Wondery Plus app, which is unfortunately something when I was travelling around, we were listening to these podcasts, they kept advertising Wondery, and I looked to see if we were on that, and we're not.
Didn't even know it was a directory, so I never got a listed.
Ian didn't know either, but apparently it's quite big. But we'll get there one day. Leave us a review, preferably 5-star, but we'll take any star rating. Apple's good for leaving word reviews. We encourage those. If we get some, we'll read them out. Please also follow us on our social medias at Incensed Podcast to keep up to date with all the latest news and stuff. When you listen to this show, we'll have all been together for an event that we've advertised over the last couple of weeks. Also, as we've spoken about, our world-famous hashtag, Shinies of the Week, is the place or the handle to use if you do get something fantastic whilst listening to us and the show. So we'd also like to take this opportunity to thank our amazing Patreon members. We've mentioned this before. Our show is powered with the support of Patreon. We are all part-time content creators-ish, Milo excluded, little asterisks, full-time content creator, but very much reliant on your fantastic support to keep us going. Go check it out on Patreon. We have tiers from bronze, silver and gold. We say this because we mean it. Without your support, we would not be able to produce the show that we produce now. And we would like to, as part of this, give a big shout out to our gold members. Gold! We would like to say a massive thank you to JB, Clifford Mert, Darby Russ, Kerry Ann Zachary, Connolly, Apex 171, Mufti, Barside 2, Highbone, Mandy Croft, Roper Seiler, and Mr. Mossam. Thank you for taking your support to the very top level. We also like to give a massive thank you to our amazing admin team. Yes, the Incensed podcast isn't just the three of us. We have got two very special people that support us. They just keep us in line, let's be honest. And without their support and organisation and all that stuff that goes with it. So a massive thank you to Hermes Ninja and I Am Pius. It sounds wrong. I Am Prius. I Am Pius. Thank you so very much for your support. Well, there we go. That is 186 done. Thanks for tuning in.
Wait a minute, boys. Good news.
What?
Of course, we mentioned it earlier. Wooloo Spotlight Hour is coming up September the 3rd, 6 p.m. your local time, and it includes 2 times Evolution XP.
Wow, and on that woolly, fluffy shell, we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
I choose you!